All right. Hello all. Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video here. So late last night, like literally, I opened Twitter right before I go to bed. You know what I see? They the EZAs. They announced two EZAs, the Vegeta and Goku, as well as the Gohan and Krillin, or Krillin and Gohan, however you want to put it. Now we are using translations by Blader here, so shout out to them. Um, I don't uh know this person or like these translations or anything. I literally I scrolled on my timeline and I found this. So I'm not sure how accurate these are going to be. But actually Minito did not do these. And Gorosh didn't either. Those are the really the main two sources I follow for translations. So I mean, if there's something wrong here, I not much I can do about it because we're talking like uh, 6 hours or so after these kits have been released. So if no one's done translations at this point, I figure I'm just gonna use these ones. I imagine hopefully they're more or less correct. I did see this. I did try to scroll in the comments just a little bit to see if anyone else was saying like how accurate they are or such. I mean, it seems more or less like I mean, I've seen a few fans obviously, but it seems more or less like they are accurate. So I mean that's good. But we should jump in and see just how crazy they are. I am. This is probably one of my most anticipated EZAs ever. This character specifically, by the way. If you guys weren't playing back then, this came out 2021 worldwide. I did not get this unit for several months. It was my most wanted unit. I'm a big Vegeta fan. This Vegeta specifically, I am really his animations are good, and it's just sort of this whole moment I really just like love. And he was like the fourth or fifth revive unit in the game, and he was the first extreme class one. So I mean he's a Saiyan, but he's still extreme class. So I mean we'll see. We're gonna start out with Vegeta, I think. I do want to say before we jump in, though, there is a chance that they don't say anything about the revive condition in here. Now, for you guys that don't know, this character's revive condition is pretty ass. I mean, the meta was different back then, right? Because back then, the meta more consisted of willing you down until you died rather than just outright killing you in one shot like it does these days. But the revive condition could only be activated under 29% HP, and even in that meta, it was pretty hard to achieve that. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I hope it's better. But without further ado, let's jump in. All right. So he's greatly raising attack, raising defense for one turn, causing colossal damage to enemy. He's raising attack and defense for 3 turns, causing mega colossal damage to enemy. Is this a stack right here? Oh, can't highlight it. Is that a stack? I'm not sure because I don't know how like I said I haven't followed this person's translations before, so I don't know how detailed it is, right? So I don't know if this is saying this is a permanent raise or if this is all included on the one turn. I genuinely don't know. I'm gonna just presume just to be safe, this is just a one turn sort of thing. But if he does stack, that would be very nice. But I mean, even just having this for 3 turns is pretty strong. I mean, of course, it's not. On the 18 key, of course, you're not going to get too much value out of it. I mean, that's only going to be what, like 20 or 30% value, and for the SA effect, probably 20%. And you're only going to get it twice up at any time since it's the 18 key. But I mean, still, some value of carryover and build up is good. Alright. Passive. Key 3, 180 to stats. Plus an additional key 3, reduce damage received by 30% when HP is 30% or above. Plus an additional key 4, launch an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack when HP is 50% or above. Plus an additional key 4 and launch another additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack when HP is 70% or above. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 150% when attacking. Revives with 70% HP recovered and exchanges with Goku when this character or an ally attacking the same turn is KO'd when HP is 50% or less at the start of turn, or starting from the 5th turn from the start of turn. Wait, what? Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's good then. So this is 50% or below, just any turn, and then after the 5th turn, from the start of turn, which I mean that is the bad sort of condition. Start of battle is what you want. So this is his 5th turn, not the first 5th turn of the battle. Um, it does. He just has it. It's just like it's just up for him or an ally being KO'd from the 5th turn onward. I mean that's pretty damn good. I mean it doesn't look the strongest. I'm obviously going to do the calcs here at the end as well, so I mean we'll see specifically, but the baseline doesn't seem necessarily the strongest. I mean we're really only dealing with the stats here, like this and the 150 down here. I mean he does have a bunch of additionals. He's probably going to be pretty reliant on these additionals, and also I mean he does have the 30% damage reduction to be fair. I mean he's definitely going to be good against the normals for sure. I mean, that's not a high bar necessarily, but I mean, he should probably be double digit tanking all normal just based off this alone. I'll have to calc specifically to see like what he's taken against like supers. I imagine they could kind of be pretty rough, but it also is going to depend on if you're getting like these additional chances. Like this is a high chance, it's a great chance. You could also get the potential, and that's a 50-50 chance of being a normal or an additional super based off of um, the like your build. So like you could have like 15 additional on your build, which is technically like a 30% chance. The 30% chance would proc on every attack. So the first attack, that just the one you do off rip, and then the 30% was also going to proc on here and here. So that's just an example. So you probably want a decent bit of additional to get some more defense with this guy, but you also do want to try and revive, obviously. I mean, I guess I don't know how good Goku is yet, but presumably you'd want to revive. We'll see though. There is HP sort of gating in here as well, so that could make getting the other like supers kind of hard. All right, let's change over here. Goku. Greatly raise attack and raises defense for 1 turn. Cause colossal damage to enemy. Raise attack and defense for 3 turns. Cause mega colossal damage to enemy. So, just the exact same. Yeah, the exact same. Passive. Key 10. Attack and defense 200%. Plus an additional attack and defense 159% when performing a super attack. Reduce damage received by 30%. High chance of performing a critical hit. Plus an additional key 5. Attack 59% when there is an extreme class enemy. Plus an additional damage reduction 30% and performs a critical hit when there is a planet named Saga, enemy or ally attacking on the same turn, excluding self. I mean, 60% damage reduction, right? 200% decent baseline, 159% when performing a super attack. He's not like greatly raising defense anything up here, but he is getting this for 3 turns once again. He has hmm, he has no additionals built in, really? Really? No additionals built in. I mean, I actually do like this kit. I mean, it is kind of gated. I'm really expecting, to be fair, 10th anniversary to have Planet Namek. Of course, I am also expecting power creep. So to be fair, you know, who knows how strong these units will be in 4 months or so, 3 months. But this is like a good baseline if they keep setting up Planet Namek. Like if the next, maybe not the next celebration, but like 3 celebrations down the line or something, 2 celebrations down the line, we're still getting more Namek buffs consistently. Like if this is just one and done, because a lot of these units have had Planet Namek stuff this celebration. So if they really focus on building up the category, which they really should, Planet Namek has been, there's so much to do on Namek for Dokkan Fest and LRs and stuff, and they just haven't really looked at it for much time. I really don't understand, to be honest. But they just have. I don't get it. Um, but if they keep building it up, this could be solid. Uh, if they don't though, like there's not a lot of I think like Vegeta. I know Dirty Fireworks Vegeta is kind of controversial, but I think he's pretty damn good. Um, I'd describe him as lower floor than the other top TURs, but I would also say much higher ceiling than the other top TURs. I would put him on the level of the other, like the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the Buu, and stuff like that. I really would. But that's just me, I guess. Now this is specifically This is really going to be dependent. This kit is wholly dependent on this bit being active. I think he's good with this active. I can't really speak to the exact calcs yet. Well, I mean, we will do those, but he is good with this bit active, but it is pretty restrictive. So, I mean, I definitely would have preferred they went a bit harder with this EZA here, to be honest. Like I said, this is one of my most anticipated EZAs. I am feeling a bit um I don't know. I hope we'll see what they look like once we get to the calcs, but part of me is kind of like thinking at the back of my head, like is this really enough? Like I don't. It doesn't look like they really went too hard with this unit. Maybe they're like scared of the revive or something. I'm not too sure. It's probably really going to be dependent on these additionals, and also like I really don't like that I hate all the times there's no additionals. Like Jiren doesn't have additionals. This doesn't have additionals now. There's another release that just came out that I'm not thinking of. In Broly. Yeah, I hate when units don't have additionals. Additionals like my favorite thing to do. So we'll see. I think they could be pretty solid, but definitely not as strong as I was hoping for. All right, we have Krillin and Gohan here. Let's jump into them. Something we do need to keep in mind. I did see this bit. Uh, it's 30% crit. So let's see. Gohan and Krillin. Oh wait, what? 12 key raise attack and defense permanently. Cause colossal damage to enemy. 18 key permanently raise attack and defense. Cause colossal damage to enemy. Oh my god. I'm already I'm already a fan. You sold me already, guys. This alone is huge. All right. I'm pretty sure I forget, but I'm pretty sure these guys had like 2 additional chances already built in. So this is a very solid baseline. I'm really okay. Yep, we're definitely gonna be doing a stacking video on these guys. Let's see what we got here. Attack and defense plus 170%, medium chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack. Plus an additional key 1 when raising key with key spheres, an additional key 1 if it's a rainbow key sphere. Um, why doesn't it? Is that? I wonder if that's exactly how it's written in this sort of kanji. Because like, why wouldn't it just say plus an additional key when um receiving a key sphere or whatever? Why is it? I mean, it's the same exact buff for both, just key 1 for a rainbow and just colored key spheres. Okay. Not the biggest deal, just semantics there. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 150%. I totally. Hold on. plus an additional attack and defense, plus 50%. I don't know what just happened there. I did, to be honest, guys, I did just wake up, so forgive me. I know I have stuttered a little bit and such here, but I literally I just woke up. I saw that these were going out right before I went to bed. And I'm like, I'm too tired for this shit. I'll just record it as soon as I wake up. So that's what I'm doing. Uh, plus additional attack defense plus 50% and chance of evading enemy attack, including super attack, plus 20% when performing a super attack. So we're up to 50% dodge so far. Plus an additional attack 50% and launch an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack when key is 18 or more. Okay. Launch additional super attack and chance of evading enemy attack, including super attack, plus 20% when key is 24. Okay, well, they did say. I imagine this because this isn't adding up to. This doesn't add up anyway to 100%. Because I did see that bit before. This is a medium. This is 20%. There's another 20% down here. That's only 70%. But so I'm gonna imagine what that means is this bit is a crit because I don't know why they'd change the dodge ability to crit ability once they transform. But I guess I don't know yet. We'll see in just a moment. This is a very good baseline though. I mean, just presuming, I'm gonna presume it's 50% dodge. I mean, they're getting so much key already. It's not really, you don't need to really worry about it. Um, and they do have two additionals built in. One of them is a guaranteed super, and the other is a high chance of becoming super. You could also, put some additional and their hidden potential, and these guys are really gonna stack up a lot, which is very hype. All right, though, let's see what the transform state's like. I'm already liking these guys a lot. All right, greatly raised attack raises defense for one turn, cause colossal damage enemy. Massively raise attack and greatly raise defense for one turn, cause mega colossal damage to enemy. Once again, I don't really know this person's calcs, so I don't know if this is like just included in the one turn or if this, like, for example, if I was doing, I don't know how to do the translations, but maybe this was just semantic things, but I would personally specify for one turn on different sort of effects, massive and greatly. It's always been confusing for me though, to be fair. I mean, I imagine it is confusing for others, but I don't know. Sometimes these can be hard to read. And I guess we'll have to see how it is in game. But I'm just gonna presume this is just for the one turn here. Um, Passive attack and defense plus 200%, high chance of evading enemy attack. Plus an additional key 2 when raising key with key spheres. That's why they have it separate. Okay. An additional key 1 if it's a rainbow key sphere. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 58%. Chance of evading enemy attack, including super attack, plus 20% when performing a super attack. All right, so we're up to 70% dodge already. Plus an additional 77% attack. Launch an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack when key is 18 or more. Launch an additional attack and chance of well, this is crit, by the way. And chance of performing a crit plus 30% when key is 24. So in base, they're 50% dodge. Transformed, they are 70% dodge. I mean, they're also stacking up, right? So that is definitely pretty valuable and going to massively determine their stats. But I mean, they got the start of turn stuff and they got when performing super attack. They don't have much sort of, they don't have attack and defense all over their kit. They just have the baseline and when performing. So it's really going to depend on like the stacks. But I'm liking this kit more than I like the Vegeta kit, to be honest. Although I do need to check something. I do forget how their sort of transformation works. Okay. Oh, wait, no. Oh, really? Oof, 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 oof. Well, maybe we can't. No, I can't do a stacking vid on them then. That's unfortunate. I did forget how the transformation worked. It's a passive skill transformation, and you change into the battle suit upon entering next attacking turn after performing 4 or more super attacks in battle. Okay, so it's not like likely fully because this is a high chance right here, and it's also a high chance on hidden potential. So it's not fully likely you're gonna transform turn one, but it's definitely possible. You could probably get like 2 turns of the base, and then you're in this form for the rest of the fight. I mean, this form is pretty good, but I do. That's unfortunate. I really would like to stack more. I just like stacking. I mean, just me, but stacking is fun, right? I'd really do like to just build up the units as much as I can. So that is kind of disappointing to remember. That's how it works. I did check in game. I don't imagine they're gonna change that. So is what it is, I guess. But I mean, this is just a pretty strong baseline. I'd say 70% dodge, and I mean, this you're gonna get a lot of stats here. Well, you're gonna have to calculate exactly, but this unit's gonna be pretty strong. I think. I think I like them better than this one. Unfortunately, considering this is one of my most anticipated EZAs, but I mean they're still solid. I really like these guys. All right, what I'm gonna do here now is I'm gonna cut away. I'm gonna do the calcs. We will be back just to go over them briefly at the end, and I'll we'll see just how strong they are. I'll be right back. All right, everyone, and we are back here. So it took a little bit, but I got the calculations done for both of these units, and let's just jump in. Okay, let me put it that way. Oh, I was down a bit. Okay, so we get the Vegeta Goku unit. Um, he only has 30% damage reduction. I I don't know. I'm not sure. Like he's gonna be fighting against normals. I don't really know what he's gonna take it. Like some of these supers, like doing like 4 million or something. Like I mean, how's he gonna take that? Because he only has 30% damage reduction. I mean, I know he's gonna be fighting against normals. That's all I'm gonna say. He's fighting against normals. I can't really comment too much on the real big supers though. I feel like he'll live barely most of them. Which I mean, okay, like he lives barely, or even if he dies, right? Let's say he dies. I mean that's good for the revive, but Goku loses the additional, so it's like I don't know. I he loses the 2 additionals. Like it's the crit does not make up for it. I mean he has 60% damage reduction, mind you. He's definitely like in slot 2 or 3. He's very very good. I think. I took a little quick browse of Twitter, and as usual, it's brain rot, just dogpiling the units instead of actually thinking. Uh, it'd be like that. What can I say? Uh, I think both of them. I mean, well, let's. Goku is. I really don't know why they took the additionals away. They should have at least left him in with one. But even with just this, he's gonna be very very decent. I think. Now, of course, the restriction. Planet Namek Saga being the only thing to proc the extra 30% damage reduction sucks. It's so miserable. So I mean there is that to consider. And also like this is just like a hidden potential thing. This isn't like built in. This is hidden potential. So it's not really going to be a high chance at all. So they definitely they pulled their punches so to speak on Goku's kit unfortunately, but he's definitely still very solid. He's definitely like Gogeta Super, he'll live that. Like well, you're not gonna get Goku at turn 1, but I mean, how would he do against Janemba? I guess is the better question, right? He'd probably. I mean, how big of a super does? I actually don't know, to be fair. How big Janemba gets up to? I know he starts off lower than Gogeta, but I'm pretty sure he builds up much higher. He's also like int, so I think he like Janemba, he might be in trouble, and like it definitely is. I don't know, guys. I really don't. Uh, I feel like they went too light. I feel like the unit deserved to have more. I'm not really sure what exactly I'd change, but I feel like they're solid. But this is not what I wanted from my most anticipated EZA or one of my most anticipated EZAs. So unfortunate, but I think they're still solid. They're still gonna be like good and runnable and stuff. It's just they're like the second we hit a they're like fine. They're good now, but I'm expecting power creep for 10th anniversary. Pretty decent power creep as well. These guys are probably gonna age out as soon as 10th anniversary hits, which is very unfortunate. Is what it is though, I guess. Okay, as for Gohan and Krillin, I actually think they're pretty solid. This is their base. So I mean, they start out pretty weak, but they do have the. Now, I do have to add. I don't know if in base, I don't know if that's crit or dodge. So the person did say um that, and once again, I don't know this person or anything, but they did say in the comment that it's because this implies that they're specifically referring to the armor state, but I don't know why they'd have it like 30% dodge in base and or 20% whatever, and then change it to that ability to crit in armor. So I'm gonna imagine it's crit here as well. So I'm going to go under the impression right now, as of recording this, that it's a 50% dodge in base, which obviously is not high. So I mean, they could be in the danger zone, obviously, certainly in base, like no doubt about it. But to be fair, once you transform them, it more than makes up for it because now I calc them at their absolute weakest, saying that you got all 4 supers first turn. But there's 2 like high chances there. So there's the one high chance that's just normally a high chance, and there's also the hidden potential, which you may or may not proc, and if you do proc, it's a 50% chance to be a normal or super. So I mean, I think it's more likely than not that you're gonna get like 3 stacks first turn. So I mean, you cut back on one of the like 20%, uh, but then, so I mean, you that mean you have another turn here because they automatically transform starting from the turn after they've done 4 supers. So I mean, you'd be in this state for another turn, which could be kind of rough. But that being said, um, the good thing, the real good thing, is that the actual this is the minimum stacks you can have. The max is 7. So if you like missed one, right? You missed one of the chances. Well, guess what? You have another turn, which means another 50% raise from the 18 key, and however potential many 12 key stacks you can get. So this is actually them calced at their weakest. That being said, I mean they could like if we just through another we could say 6, right? Let's say they have 6 stacks, so we can calc one more 18 key and one more 12 key. Let me make sure. Okay, I have them. This is their sort of base here, I think. Yes. Okay, yeah, that's their on SA. Okay, so then we need to add um 0.9 here, I think. So they're at 3.5. Just already. Okay. Now this is what they normally be at, 1,589,000. Now, let's say let's start considering let's, the extra 18 key as well as the 12 key. So we're going to be jumping up from 3.5. It's going to be 0.7 for the greatly raised. That's 0.5, and the 12 key raise is going to be a 0.2, I imagine. So we're going to go up to 4.2. 1,907,000. And this is calculating them without support. I mean, wait, let's put the support on as well to see the other sort of turn. Like 2,161,000. Like these guys are definitely going to be pretty underrated. I feel like just off rip, from what I've seen, a lot of people are sort of trash talking them, but like they're not. They really, they're really good. They're really good. It is not the most likely you're going to be in 4 stacks. You are going to be higher. You're going to have 2 18 key stacks and however many 12 key stacks. Like these guys are very, very good. This is also a 70% dodge. Like they're going to be able to, you know, easily tank all normals. And I mean, what would they take against like a super? Like if Gogeta hit them, they'd die, right? There's no way. But like, I mean, if it's closer down to the like 3 mil ballpark or some odd, and it's also going to depend on class and typing and stuff. I mean, they could definitely live, but they have the 70% dodge to go off of, so they're fine against all normals, 100% guaranteed, and they're going to be dodging the supers. Like these guys are more than good. The base is could be a little troublesome, but once you transform with them, you're not gonna have to worry about them. I still don't know what I really think about like the Vegeta Goku. I am disappointed. I think is the best way to put it. I am disappointed with this. I once again, this is one of my most anticipated EZAs. Like I think for me, my most anticipated actually are the GT Goku and Vegeta, the Super Saiyan 1 units. That were excuse me, that Golden Week was as far like I feel like that has to be like the most peaceful time, quote unquote, of the community. It was just like such a fun time or whatever. Like that, both of those units were really good. It had something for everyone. You know, they were somewhat supporting from the rainbow orb changing, right? Goku did a shit ton of damage. Vegeta did decent damage as well, but he was very, very good defensively. Like they had the really nice actives and stuff. Like those units were awesome. So I'm really looking forward to those EZAs. Those are my most anticipated. But like 7th year anniversaries, LRs, right? But after those guys, I mean, it'd probably be this Vegeta, to be honest. Because I didn't really get to use him in his prime. By the time I got him, he was probably, he's already really aging out, unfortunately. So this is unfortunate for me to see, to be honest. But you're definitely still going to be able to get use out of them. They're still going to be solid. But I think they should have been better. Is what I'll say. And Gohan and Krillin are more than fine. Don't listen to anyone saying otherwise. They're really good. The base is a little bit weaker, but I mean that's kind of to be expected. This state is like so insane. But yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking about these down below. I'm gonna scroll through one more time just in case you want to see all the different scenarios. Um, I I I think they're all going to be usable and good in game. Vegeta and Goku definitely going to be weaker though, and really going to be dependent on that Planet Namek Saga category ally. They really got to stop with those restrictions or really build up the category. One or the other. Not. I. We'll see what happens, right? Omatsu, please. We're your close friends here. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Take care.